We got ourselves Conan over for the team 1. Epic Morales over for the team 2. Nelf over in the back. Demoniac. We got ourselves Azon as Morales. Where's the reverence? My man, I missed you. Oh, this sound looks so good. Immediate bonding shot. The Hunter got himself the angle. Succubus EC with a Soulfire. Got himself a trinket immediately. So potentially, this could give Reverence a combo. This could give Reverence a window. All he needs, Mortal Coil, maybe a Fear. Doesn't go for the Fear, just Soulfire immediately. Big burst off the bat with an Infernal Shadow Fury. As he's trying to see if he can lock down Epic. Does have the damage. Hold on, does have the angle. I was gonna say losing the angle, but does have the angle. Locked out perfectly for a Chaos Bolt into Soulfire. Does go for the wall and everything just to limit. That's a lot of coolness being sent. And look at Reverence's health, slowing those pets down. I haven't seen a war like his Shadow Flame in such a long while, man. Oh, Shadow Fury? I don't remember. Stone onto Epic. Trying to go for a bolt. Hold on a second. That perfect bolt. That was huge. Epic, super low. Reven's actually getting kind of low too. Hold on a second. This could be really bad for Reven's trying to go for a bit of heal, but he can't Cataclysm. Does it still AoE him? I don't know if it does. It just needs one good hit. Mortal Coil locks it. I think he wins this. I think he does get it. Oh, the Shadow Flame. Oh, and he's trying to see if he can get himself out of that situation. Azon, I don't know if he's going to give this man a chance here. He's got... Oh, no! No! Epic Morales did it and thrown in everything in there, didn't he? He sent everything at the guy. Dawnlight next versus Azam. Big hammers coming down. Dawnlight immediately trinkets it with a shoulder bend. It's Azan also burning a trinket as well. Trying to go for Serum Glare, getting interrupted. Locked him. Hold on a second. That could be danger spot. When you get locked down like this, no bubble, he's just gonna go bubble early. Azan holding on to his. He's trying to save his a little bit later. He got him to Spell Warden. So you're just going to use immunity to counter Dawnlight, just continue to punishing him. Horse for horse, just trying to see if you can run up on him. Literally staying on him, hand of freedom for Dawnlight. Is Azan got a hand of freedom or does he get the freedom with a horse? Stun onto Azan, could be in trouble. Tactical Steel does have a bubble. Needs to be very careful. Dawnlight just going in for a bombing run, just blasted hammers. Got behind the pillar. Now Azan get himself a chance to do the same. Big hammer coming down. Dawnlight could be under a lot of trouble. Leon hits for both the paladins, so both of them have been stabilized. Dawnlight, I don't know if he has a Blessing of Spell Warden. He might just have Bop. If he only has Bop, then Azan has a bubble. And Dawnlight basically does not have a way to stop Azan's go at all. Element of Focusing Lens. It's like a PvE type of like embellishment. It's not a great embellishment. It deals like, it's like the only one that kind of deals moderately okay damage, but it's mostly a PvE one. The embellishments are pretty weak nowadays. Did it do a lot of damage? Maybe on BM it does a lot of damage, right? Who knows? It's killed me? Oh no. Well, wait, it might have been Azan's then. Yeah, it might have been Azan's. Yeah, he does very little damage normally. Bop out for Dawnlight, but Azan actually does take a back seat. He sees the bop, and I think maybe he's so used to like, oh, I see an immunity, I'm gonna back out. As a paladin, you can ignore that one. It's like if you're playing against a Frost Mage and the Ice Block, but like, you have like the old Chaos Bolt that goes through immunities. That's basically Paladin against Bop, man. Big hammer down for Dawnlight. Trying to see if he can potentially take it. Azan needs a proper go right there. He's got wings. Maybe it'll be enough here. Both Paladins are so low. Azan still has a bubble, so he can stay in. He can actually keep in play. But if Dawnlight just bursts through his health, just gets a fatty crit, he might be able to potentially take it. Azan needs to be very careful. Bubble. There's no shot. There's no way. Yeah, Azan does take it. That was such a risky bubble at the end. That was risky. It was from Pally. Okay, yeah. It just it doesn't do a lot of damage, Rev. It doesn't. It's like a judgment proc. I think his judgment procced it, and that's all. It doesn't do a lot of damage. At least in PvE content, it never really did. That's what I run from a rogue, but like it does nothing. And Word just goes in for a full go there. And with a leap by Conan, got himself a full stun onto Word. Does go for the trinket. Trying to see if he can back up out of there. Quick charge onto the rogue. Is going to be a disarm right after. With a fear to follow, Conan got himself a proper go potential. Just punching the guy. Just beating him up right now. Pummeling him. Bullying him for his lunch money. Did an auto dose for real? Yo, I would have loved to see an auto dose. Yeah. If I could flip a button just so I could like make everybody immune, heal all the leftover competitors and like take off immunity, I would be doing it, dude. I would be enforcing auto duels so people could go in for a proper like back-to-back rounds with everything, reset cooldowns, everything, dude. How wild would that be? That'd be some like straight up like almost like a brawl type of duel, you know what I mean? You get a kill, all your cooldowns reset and you're fully healed. How cool would that be as a rule set? That'd be nuts. That's going to be word. Try to see if you can take down Conan into a charge by Conan. Got himself a reflect. I don't think he can reflect much versus Rogue. Although he did reflect something. He reflected something. I have no idea what you reflected versus Rogue. I know my class, and I know that there's nothing magical about it to reflect. Nelf is going to be up next. Yeah, it's a need. It is a need, dude. It is literally a need. I would have loved to have like customizable rule sets for these duels, honestly. It looks like he's given Word a proper chance at the very least to get a reset. He got a sippy cup. He's got himself some mage food. Nelf setting up all the traps around the corner. It looks like there's, oh, the angle, there was nothing in front of him on the bridge, but like the trifecta triangle still works in play. He got a knockback. He's got himself a freezing trap. Nelf could actually path over to some of those traps if he wanted to. Killing spree onto Nelf. He does pop a wall for it. Still takes a lot of damage. Flank and strike back onto Where. That's a lot of damage too. Get this shot. There's another wall. Nelf is winding out of cooldowns really quickly. And that's a freezing trap to at least reset away from Where for a second. Got him some manic bandages. I don't know if he has a proper first aid or anything, but does go for Exile, does go for a couple of things. A 29% damp, but a big grapple for the Rogue. Cloak Shadows to follow. It's a turtle for an elf. So that's just a full immunity for immunity. We're trying to see if he can back up out of it. He does have a, I was going to say Hunter's Mark, but Cloak of Shadows removes it. So the question is, he tried to see if he could find him. Nelf was perfectly fine just waiting out and staying in camo for Where. He did get to avoid getting hit by a Hunter's Mark, so I was very, very lucky. But they are now a couple of traps set on the far side of the bridge where Nelf is at, so he's in a great spot right now. Oh, it's like someone cough cough. Yeah, I think it's a good idea. It's better to send it even if you just like don't really reflect much, you know what I mean? The hate back at rogues, reflecting the hate back at rogues. If hate was a element type, I think it does like at least 5 morality damage, and I imagine it's all just shadow damage, right? Crimson. Crimson damage. What is it? Crimson flame? Ruby flame? What is it? The evokers have like that red Dragonflight's magic. What is it called? Crimson fire? Ruby fire? You know what I mean? Like Scarlet fire, I think it is. I imagine that's what hate, like actual just hating on somebody would do it. It does 5 morality damage of like Scarlet fire type of damage. Oh, holy, what is that? Oh, what is that freezing trap? He almost like he knew. He just sent it right at him. That was so good. Knockback as the sap comes through. If only you could stun with a pet while it's sap. That would have been nuts. Kidney shot onto Nelf. Is it going to be enough? Flank and strike goes in for feint death for a second. Big killing spree. He doesn't have much to really work with. Just trying to see if he can dot up Where and back up out of there. If he could somehow kite him out. Walls available. Yeah, keeping him dotted, I think, is the play. Look at it. The dots are doing damage. Survival Hunter going like a full dot build is actually really, really good. Binding shot. He doesn't want to break it. He's not going to break it. He's not going to break it. He has to break it. Just to back away. Freezing trap on the other side. Oh, but the flashing blade. The flashing blade at the end. And Demoniac Shadow strikes the man immediately, marking him for death. Word with an immediate evasion. And that's a disarm, but a blind traded. There's going to be a reset for Demoniac. Will not be able to go for a proper sap. Where should be able to find him? Does catch him. With some between the eyes. Big killing spree to follow. Does lock him with a kidney shot. Word does not have an out here. It's a lot of damage for Demoniac. Now is a good time to really maximize that damage. This is going to be a short blind reset. Cloak of Shadows for Word. Just try to see if you can get some damage back into here. Evasion enough for Demoniac. Just try to see if you can grapple behind him, but he can't anymore. You see be able to step, kidney shot him, but you can't. And Demoniac does have enough. Just continue the pressure. Continue the damage. Taking him out. Fairlane going to be up next from trying out the Frost Mage this time around. -5 morality, +5 disrespect. Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. This Fairlane getting hit with a sap. This has got himself, hopefully, some kind of a go versus Demoniac. Demoniac does have a knock here. And the bridge. That's exactly what he wanted. I swear, I see someone like, every time an evoker goes in for a Shadow Strike, I see someone like flickering behind him. It looks like a potion. I swear it looks like a potion. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just imagining it, but it looks like a potion. Flurry down onto Demoniac. As long as you can just hit him with some slows and just continue to blink him with instant cast as a Frost Mage, that's huge. Cheap Shot does not have a blink for it. I think he's playing Shimmer though, however. That's a full burst out of the Rogue. Ice block, yeah, he has to force a block. Yeah, for Demoniac, he just gotta play it super safe and he'll just be okay. That's all he's gotta do. Just play it super safe and he'll be okay. This Fairlane got himself at least a bit of a reset. Ice block and everything. Got himself shields up and all that. Image in case the Rogue is gonna attack him, but the Rogue, he's just scouting. He's just waiting. You have a second block, but what you really need is to somehow break out of that CC. I don't know if you have a blink. You need to get a lockdown on the Rogue. He does have a trinket, so he's gonna be okay. But I don't know. Fairlane maybe can block it, but Ice Form is good because at least he can get stunned. But yeah, I think it's a random, was that a real ice form or random proc? Yeah, I don't know if Fairlane can do much in this situation. It's a tough one because Rogue gets an opener, you get super, super low. Not having a blink to get out of those stuns immediately is just, I mean, it's rough. You actually have nothing left. The only way I think you win is if a Rogue makes a mistake, but he can just play it super, super slow. He goes in for stuns, that already saps you. Yeah, a shield does help. Does blink, maybe invis? Try it for invis. Yeah, it's tough. It is tough. I don't know what you could do in that situation. I don't know if there's a winning strategy there. It is a rough one. Some matches, some duels are like just not much of a win condition, and there literally is nothing you can do. Like you could play super, super well. You could play optimally, but sometimes it's just not like a win condition specifically, unless you have like the right loadout. And I think just not having a blink for that can definitely hurt a bit. Demoniac try to see if he can back away from Flavor. Get a shot to follow. Does he go for Trinket? Vanish for Demoniac. Very aggressive use of a vanish. I don't know if he meant to vanish. Evasion for parry. Try to see if he can get behind him. Cheap shot right after. Doing quite a bit of damage through the wall. Doesn't even matter. He's just ignoring Warrior's wall. Does go for the fear. Does he have a stun to lock him? A first aid for a second. Does he get whatever health he can? Demoniac is in a good spot. He's got himself a full blind. Shadow Step. Duking it. Perfect for him. Lead by the Warrior. Smoke Bomb will not be able to escape him completely. Trinket out of the blind. Trinket for the Roar. Trying to go for another step. Does get himself another juke. Able to back up out of there. The Dragon going in for a Cloak and Shadows. I don't know if he wants to live for 30 seconds longer just to get himself one little knock. But you might. Flavor does have second win, so he's going to recover and Mage Food. So you got to get aggressive with him. He's just going to recover. There's nothing you can do. Sap is not going to stop a heal. That's the problem. As a rogue, you're almost encouraged just to get super aggressive. You have to keep him bleeding. And now you have to find a different strategy here because both trinkets are down. Flavor could lock you down in a full stun. He does have the health advantage. Leaping in almost gets you. I think he just properly guessed where you might be. If only Warriors like Arms Warrior could Whirlwind without needing rage or something, right? If only they could at least Whirlwind so you could do some kind of AoE while looking for stealthies, right? Kind of like a Fury Warrior can. Then I feel like you could leap Whirlwind, and there's a good chance like when you leap through a direction, you might be able to get him. 2-piece got reflected? No way! I forgot our 2-piece is like a little bit of shadow damage. Still the most useless 2-piece in the world, but damn. That's hilarious. I forgot Outlaw Rogue Tier said is like some shadow damage on our ambushes, pistol shots, most calm point builders, right? Pretty sure. As you getting picked up, Demoniac with a Shadow Strike, get the opener. Kidney traded with a Stormbolt, not in a great spot. This way you really want to have a go. You don't have evasion. You can lock down Flavor, full burst and everything. He doesn't have a parry. Disarm for a second on the Revoker. Bladestorm right after. Try to see if he can step him. He does not want to let you get stepped. Does not want to let you get stepped. Knocking him. He does go for the charge to recover. Vanishes. He charges back in. Trying to AoE him out. There goes the strike with an evasion available. Unless you have a stun and you can end him right here. Demolish. Oh, with an evasion. It could be anyone's game. Stun! Hold on! Cheat death real quick! He's got a strike! Kidney! Wait a second! He's still bleeding though! He is still bleeding! He got a kill at the end! I can't believe that! These rogues! 3 for one, 3 for the other? You guys are gonna get us nerfed again! Rogues! Dude, if rogues are gonna get nerfed, just look back to this video specifically. They'd be like, this is the point where... this is the point where all bad things started. This right here. Oh man. BS. Dude, I'd be upset with that too, honestly. Cheat death, dude. Exactly. Cheat death. Sometimes cheat death doesn't even proc. So honestly, I'm surprised she doesn't even proc for him. A lot of times he just doesn't. Just does nothing.